We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee, and we are underway from Santa Clara. Well, now how about this return? And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Purdy going to the air right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go with McCaffrey. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there, but I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it, and offense trying to let him know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right, that run after catch.
Purdy from the gun. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
2nd and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. And this is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now 2nd and 3. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
10 more there and another first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Now McCarthy.
And incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Here's McCarthy.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
J.J. McCarthy
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Purdy looking to throw. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Purdy.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
He's got room past the 30.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
McCarthy off the play fake.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
To the air with McCarthy. Open man downfield, it's Naylor.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Diamador Lenore up to make the tackle. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is McCarthy.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Aaron Jones.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Purdy now to throw. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
An inside give to Jones.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
On play action, now McCarthy.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
And Jones has it over the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Now Purdy. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
It fights him off. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
That's caught downfield by Addison. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second and 7 from the 20.
Back to throw.
McCarthy. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
From 6 yards away.
And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Now a 2nd and 2.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Purdy from the gun. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk
From 6 yards away.
And the Niners are able to cut into that deficit.
And that's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Moody good with the extra point.
And it makes the score 21-10.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
His throw incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brandon Ayuk
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try now for Moody.
And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Now a 2nd and 6. Now McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's McCarthy.
Complete to Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
To the air with McCarthy. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Throwing is McCarthy. This is caught by Addison.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete.
We do see this a lot from rookie quarterbacks, don't we? They kind of lock in on their intended target. A lot of times they establish that buddy, that guy they depend on, and boy, defenses zero in on it, don't they?
A little bit too telegraphed that time, and that's why it's knocked away.
McCarthy off the play fake.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Look at the big man rumble, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run, 65 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
McCaffrey trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
That was a huge play on third down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On play action, McCarthy.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
81 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to throw McCarthy.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it, and they do so right there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now a give right side McCaffrey.
And space tough to come by there. So he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings 1st down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy.
Complete to Addison on the out route.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Back to throw. McCarthy.
That's over the middle. He finds Naylor.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
2nd down and 3.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. McCarthy setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Running right, Jones. Muscles by at the 25. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Off the option, it's Jones.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their own 24. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Now Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Purdy. That's caught out right by Jennings. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Here's Garendo on first down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Purdy now to throw. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's 3rd down.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Back to throw, Purdy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, Cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's to the left side where he's got Naylor.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
A try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Purdy looking to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Ricky Pearsall.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Up the middle, Jones.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.
So Purdy and the Niners down by 10. A minute 40 remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. Here's 1st down. Throwing, Purdy. That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Well, defensively there, you want to play it a little safe and keep the action in front of you. But you definitely aren't looking to give up plays like that. They still got the cushion of a 2-score lead, but don't give them a freebie here in the final minute.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Another try from the 14 on 2nd and 10. Purdy to throw. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Purdy to throw.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line.
So it's a win for the Vikings, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.